Hello students, this is the first part of video for chapter number 4 from geography, and that is air. These are the glossary words what you have to write down in FNB. First word is atmosphere. Atmosphere is the thin blanket of air that surrounds the earth. Second is global warming. When the temperature of the earth's atmosphere increases due to the increase of carbon dioxide, it is known as global warming. Next is weather. The hour to hour, day to day condition of the atmosphere is known as weather. Next is climate. The average weather condition of the place for a longer period of time is known as climate. Temperature. The degree of hotness and coldness of the air is known as temperature. Isolation. Isolation is the incoming solar energy intercepted by the earth. Next is air pressure. The pressure exerted by the weight of air on the earth's surface is known as air pressure. Wind. Wind is the movement of air from the high pressure area to low pressure areas. Moisture. Water vapor present in the atmosphere is known as moisture. Humidity. Moisture in the air is known as humidity. Cloud. It is a mass of water droplets. Precipitation. Falling of water on the earth in the form of rainfall is known as precipitation. Thermometer. It is an instrument that is measuring temperature. Barometer. It measures atmospheric pressure. Rain gauge. It measures the amount of rainfall. Next is wind vane. It shows the direction of the wind. So this is the glossary words what you have to write down in FNB. So these are the topics that we are going to read from the chapter. First is composition of the atmosphere. Nextly, the structure of the atmosphere. You can see over here. And next is weather and climate. Then the main elements of weather and climate. So you can see the main element, that is temperature, pressure, winds and humidity, and as well as rainfall. So these are the topics that we are going to cover in this chapter. Hello students, this is the part 1 video for chapter number 4 from geography, and your chapter 4 is air. Now what is air? Air is an invisible mixture of gases made up of a mass of millions of tiny gas molecules that moves randomly and at high speed. Without air, the earth would be lifeless. Because to breathe, what we need is air. The oxygen, that oxygen gas we breathe in. And what do we exhale? That is carbon dioxide. From the childhood you are reading out this. See your first paragraph from the textbook. Our earth is surrounded by a huge blanket of air that is called as atmosphere. All living beings on this earth depends on the atmosphere for their survival. Now how? It provides us air we breathe and protect us from the harmful effects of sun rays. So as I said that we breathe in oxygen and exhale the carbon dioxide. Nextly, it protects us from the ultraviolet rays, the sun rays, harmful sun rays. Now how it is protecting? Because air acts as a blanket. The blanket of air that is surrounded by the earth, that is called as atmosphere. So this protect us from the ultraviolet rays. If it is not available, you can see over here, without this blanket of the protection, we would be baked alive because of the direct sun rays heat. And during the day, that is generally during the day when it affected, and during the night we could froze to death. So from these two things, the blanket of air is protecting us. So neither we are getting too hot rays, or we are not getting too cold waves. So from these two effects we are protected from the blanket of the air. So it is the mass of air that has made the temperature on the earth livable. So it is balancing the temperature of the earth surface. So we are getting not neither too hot, or we are not getting the too colder waves on the earth surface or temperature. So we are being protected by the blanket of the air. See the left hand side. Do you know, as I said, what we exhale when we inhale the oxygen, that is carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide, which is released in the atmosphere, creates a greenhouse effect by tapping the heat radiated from the earth. So it is tapping away the heat which is radiated from the earth. It is therefore called as greenhouse gas, and without it the earth would have been too cold to live in. So carbon dioxide is very much needed in the atmosphere. It helps out to maintain the balance of the temperature on the earth's surface. Either or else it will become too cold and we cannot survive in the too colder climate, and neither in the too hotter climate. However, when its level in atmosphere increases due to factory smoke or car fumes, the heat retained increasing the temperature of the earth. This is called as global warming. But excess of the same gas, that is carbon dioxide, if it increases in the atmosphere, what will happen? The temperature would increase, and if the heat increases or if the coldness increases, the colder temperature increases, what happens? We cannot survive. Not only we, but all the living organisms which are living on the earth's surface cannot survive. So how the carbon dioxide gases is being increasing? So there is many reasons for increasing of carbon dioxide in atmosphere. Generally here it is said because of the factory smokes and as well as car fumes. Generally they burn fuel, and the smoke arised by that exhalation is carbon dioxide. So the level of carbon dioxide increases in atmosphere. So this kind of effect is known as global warming. Now because of the global warming, it harms the atmosphere and the environment also. It harms the environment. Now the rise in temperature, how it is harming the environment? It causes the snow in the coldest part of the world to melt. The colder region generally that is being covered by ice, Antarctic or Arctic Ocean, so they generally melts down because of the temperature. It is already cool. When the temperature rises, what happens? The ice melts. So it melts down that snow. As a result, what happened? This melted water is accumulating where? It is reaching up to the sea. So sea level would be increasing. If the sea level the sea water increases, what would happen? It could come to the land. So it affects a flood in the coastal regions, coastal areas. So again it is harming the mankind, the living organism which are living in the land, and also the lands also, because the salty water is entering to the land, so we cannot grow anything over there. So there are many certain things which happens because of the increase in the carbon dioxide. So here are such two reasons given, like the burning of the factory fuels and as well as the car fumes. Because of the factory smokes, the carbon dioxide level increases in the atmosphere. But are certain other reasons also, like deforestation, that is also considered as the major reason because of the global warming, because the trees help to maintain the temperature of that particular area. So Afforestation is also compulsory to get rid of this global warming. Even you can see the climatic change also. When there are different seasons, so two severe seasons can be felt during the seasonal changes. It would be too hot or too colder, and in that condition also the people could not survive. So there may be drastic changes in the climate, as I said, of a place, leading to the extinction of some plants and animals in the long run. Climatic change we already discussed, but if it constantly remains the same, it will affect the plants and animals also. It could extinct, it could end up in the long run if this carbon dioxide level increases in the atmosphere. Now, composition of the atmosphere. What is atmosphere made up of? Do you know that the air we take in while breathing actually is a mixture of many gases? Mainly we inhale, that is oxygen, but there are certain gases, certain other gases also which we inhale, such as nitrogen and oxygen are the two gases which make up the bulk of the atmosphere. So you can see the composition over here. Oxygen is 21%, nitrogen is 78%. So this is considered as the main two gases in the atmosphere composition. Other thing is carbon dioxide, you can see over here, that is 0.3%. This composition should remain like this. If it is exceeded from this, then this kind of global warming effect will be faced. Argon, there is argon also 0.93%, and other gases also, dust particles, like some other gases also. So these are the hydrogen, these are the gases which are called as the composition of the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide, helium, ozone, argon and hydrogen are found in lesser quantities, as you can see, which are the two major ones found in the composition of atmosphere, that is nitrogen 78% and 21% of oxygen. Apart from these gases, tiny dust particles are also present in the air. The pie chart gives you the percentage of different constituent of air that we have already discussed. Nitrogen is most plentiful gas in the air. When we inhale, we take some amount of nitrogen into our lungs and exhale it. But plants need nitrogen for their survival. So here with the oxygen we also inhale nitrogen, but we exhale it. But who needs the nitrogen for the survival more? That is plants. Like we need the oxygen for the survival, same as the plants need the nitrogen for their survival. So this pie chart you have to make in FNB. Please draw it in FNB after writing down the glossary. I will give the glossary at the end of the video. So this is the pie chart which you have to make. So as I said, nitrogen for their survival, they cannot take nitrogen directly from the air, as we breathe in oxygen directly from the air, but the plant cannot inhale or cannot take the nitrogen directly from the air. Now then how they take this nitrogen, how they take in the nitrogen gas? Now bacteria helps out them. Bacteria that live in soil and the roots of some plants take nitrogen from the air and change its form so that plants can use it. So this nitrogen is absorbed by the soil and the roots, and it is carried by the plants by changing its form, and in this way the plant is using the nitrogen. So directly they are not inhaling like us. The bacteria is helping out the plant to take in the nitrogen. Oxygen is the second most plentiful gas in the air. Humans and animals take oxygen from the air as they breathe. Green plants produce oxygen during the photosynthesis. In this way, oxygen content in the air remains constant. If we cut trees, then this balance gets disturbed. Now how? Because we inhale the oxygen, that is the most important gas for our survival. So here what happens? We inhale oxygen and we exhale carbon dioxide. Here the nitrogen is intake by the plants, but they also takes the carbon dioxide. So what they exchange, what they exhale the oxygen. So because of this, the green plants is maintaining the balance in the atmosphere. So if we cut down the trees or plants, what happens? The balance gets disturbed. So as I said in the that first pages, that because of the deforestation we can face the global warming. The same, it is not only because of the smoke that comes out from factory or the car, but the deforestation is also another reason for the disturbance of the gases in the atmosphere. So carbon dioxide is the another important gas. Green plant use carbon dioxide to make their food, release oxygen. Human or animal release carbon dioxide. The amount of carbon dioxide released by the humans and animals seem to be equal to the amount used by the plants, which make a perfect balance. So whatever gas we inhale and what we exhale, the carbon dioxide, the same way the plant also exhale the oxygen, and it is in the same quantity. So balance is easily maintained of two gases, the oxygen and carbon dioxide. So equal amount of gases they are releasing. However, the balance is upset by burning of fuel and such as coal and oil. They added billions of tons of carbon dioxide into atmosphere each year. As a result, the increase of volume of carbon dioxide is affecting the earth, weather and as well as climate. So burning of fuel, deforestation, even using excess electronic gadgets, because of this also this carbon dioxide level is keep on increasing, and because of this increased volume of carbon dioxide, what is happening? It is affecting the earth's weather and as well as climate. See the right hand side of, do you know, when air is heated it expands, become lighter and goes up. Cold air is denser and heavy, that is why it tends to sink down. When hot air rises, cold air from surrounding areas rushes there to fill in the gap. That is how the air circulation take place. So as it is written over here, when air is heated up, it is expanding and it is becoming lighter and it goes up. When the colder region, what happens? When the air cools, there is the water particles also, the humidity, air is also having the humidity, so it become cool and it become heavy. So that kind of air becomes denser, and because of the heaviness it sinks down. So what happened? It keeps on circulating. The heavy air comes down, sinks down, and when it is getting heated it comes up. So this is called as circulation, and it depends on the area also, the circulation, and it is affected on the day and night also, because during the day the air is affected by the sun rays and it is heated up and it rising up, and during night it is cooling up and it sinks down. So this kind of circulation happens in the surrounding. So here the topics end. You can see the extracted portion from the newspaper. The top scientist offers way out of global warming. This is global warming is unstoppable. How it is? affecting the climatic condition also, and the peoples are also getting disturbed by this kind of global warming. So here you can see the global warming can bring back the Jurassic era, the heatness what was being faced in the past time. So till here I am attaching the glossary also with this video. Please write down at the first and then continue with that diagram what has been shown in the first page of your textbook. Till then, stay tuned for the second part of video. Thank you.